So what's up everybody, this is actually something that I saw in the comments and I started wondering, why does Yami have a clover grimoire? Why doesn't he have a grimoire that fits more of his native land? So this video is going to be about that and also the possibility of Yami having a different magical power. So let's get into this interesting theory. First of all, if you like anime, manga reviews, discussions, spoilers, and theories, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, switch him with some false copyright strike. If we can get back to 5,000, it would be highly appreciated. Watch out for the Patreon and Discord. I have a second channel that focuses on One Piece, so definitely check it out if you want One Piece content from me. So something about Yami that doesn't make sense to me. How come Yami has a clover grimoire? We've seen Yuno have two grimoires. He has a grimoire with the 𝚬 Kingdom and he has a grimoire with the Clover Kingdom. It makes me wonder, why does Yami have one from the Clover Kingdom if he's coming from a different land? Yami comes from the Black Clover version of Japan, Hino country. There's not much known about it besides they seem to be people that create swords. So I wonder if their society, do they focus on magic? We know that Yami can do ki, and I said before there's a possibility that ki could be its own magical source, could be its own source of power, because in different martial arts ki is used as energy. So there might be a possibility of Yami's homeland having a different power system than magic, but with using ki and swords. But however, I think Yami might have a different power. There's a possibility that Yami came to the Clover Kingdom because he was being used as a pawn to open up the Tree of Clifford. So bear with me. Yami and William vengeance is needed for the Tree of Clifford ritual. We don't know how exactly Yami ended up in the Clover Kingdom. We know that he was apparently fishing and he somehow landed on the shores after being basically stranded in the seas. Eventually somehow ended up in the Clover Kingdom. We don't know about his family. We don't know too much about his background before he came to the Clover Kingdom, but apparently Yami has a sword that comes from his homeland. So the Wizard King probably has some connection to Yami's homeland. I don't know why we haven't been introduced to anybody from Yami's homeland besides Yami, but to state the obvious, Tabata is saving that for a reason. However, there's a possibility that Yami has another power. He could have another grimoire if his home country of Hino has a magical system like the four kingdoms that we see in the current map. The Diamond, Heart, Clover, and the 𝚬 Kingdom all have a system of magic. What happens if Yami's country also has a system of magic as well with grimoires? So there's a possibility that Yami might have another grimoire from his home country, and this dark magic that he has might not be his real magic. It just might be some type of spirit that's possessing him or artificially implanted by somebody that has been pulling the strings in the background to make sure that the Tree of Clifford opens. It could be anybody from the Wizard King to the fourth 𝚬𝚙𝚢𝚛 sibling. We don't know, but Yami's true magic might be something else. It might be something that's more related to his homeland. Yami being as old as he is, he should know more about himself. However, this is anime and manga, you never know. There is a possibility that Yami will get a second grimoire like Yuno. Yami's homeland, they don't have grimoires. Instead of having grimoires, they use the swords. Instead of doing spells, they just do a slice with the sword with their magical power. Because Yami's homeland is based on Japan, and it's most likely going to be feudal Japan because anime and manga loves that time period. So there's a big possibility that we're gonna see feudal Japan in Black Clover. Sorry for the change of mic. This idea came to me when I was editing the video. So I was thinking, because Yami comes from the land of the rising sun and Yami's magic is darkness, I wouldn't be surprised if Yami's homeland, Hino country, is gonna be feudal Japan. Basically when Japan closed its borders, and for whatever reason when the cast currently gets there, the borders end up opening and Yami's homeland becomes more of a central part of the Black Clover world. So because Yami has black magic, which could represent isolation of the Hino country, Yami's real magic that he was born with, that he should have originally gotten, is something similar of the sun, or something that has to do with the sun, because the land of the rising sun, Hino country, is based off Japan. So just wanted to put that in there. Yami's homeland most likely is going to be the land of samurais, so there might be a different style and a different system of power with them. They might even use ki as a source of energy and power, like I said before. There's just so many possibilities, but I definitely think Yami has been a pawn for somebody that wanted to open up the Tree of Clifford, because Yami, for him to get dark magic and him having a Clover Kingdom grimoire seems too much like a coincidence to me, because you need him to open up the Tree of Clifford. I don't know, there's something about that doesn't seem right. Obviously a story, it's fiction, so you never know, it could be the story itself. Maybe there's a ritual that was put on Yami he doesn't remember about, that whoever put it on him may have been somebody in the Clover Kingdom kingdom he didn't even know about, that they needed somebody from a foreign country, from a foreign land, put that ritual on them, and then grant that person dark magic. Because it doesn't seem that Yami knew magic when he was in his homeland. It looks like he developed that after he arrived to the Clover Kingdom, probably when he got the grimoire, and because he was near a grimoire tower. But it would be interesting if Yami's homeland has something similar to that, where they have a tower that grants grimoires or it grants swords. You never know. But if Yami were to have a different power, I wonder what it be. Would it be another form of darkness? Because Yami's name means darkness in Japan, so it makes sense that he will have dark magic. But if he has another grimoire from his own country, is it possible for him to have sword magic? Of course, this is just a speculation. I'm not saying this is gonna happen. I'm just throwing it out there, but something's weird about Yami having a clover grimoire. It could be a mistake on 𝚤𝚙𝚅 part. I doubt it. But yes, this is basically all I have to say about this theory. Let me know what you think. Do you think Yami will have a second grimoire? Do you think it's possible Yami will have a grimoire from his home country? Or do you think that in Hinu country, that instead of having grimoires, people have swords and use their swords as a channel to attack people? If Yami has a second grimoire, what do you think is going to be his next power? Alright, like if you liked the video, comment, subscribe, and I'm out of here.